Okay, what is he saying?
I just wanted to say, you're cooler the more I get to know you, even when I make you mad, so thanks.
You-
You too.
Yeah, yeah, you too.
Let's dunge. Screw Eric. I'm really curious what would happen if you had actually engaged with him more. From what I know,
I
he
think
is
he would.
just...
I think he would have eventually been creepy and clingy to the point where you couldn't interact with anyone else without
Oh,
him.
hell yeah.
What? Oh, your
I
shades.
look
Enemies
really cool.
bleed.
Like, this one stuns. This one makes them bleed.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to friend zone everyone in a dating sim. I mean, we clearly are kind of angling somewhat for Valeria.
The other thing too is, I wouldn't be comfortable with dating someone until I know. I wouldn't necessarily say everything about them, but it took you over a year, and we had some discussions about the possibility of dating by the end
Yeah,
of our
we
first school
we
year,
discovered or
but
discussed it at the end of freshman year of college.
I'd never dated before,
I hope
and
we
I
weren't
had
followed.
quite frankly been afraid of the idea of dating because I thought that guys were immediately going to gun for the physical intimacy, and I was so frightened of that because I didn't want to be, because for me, I didn't want to go through a slew of relationships. I had seen my friends get their hearts broken time and time again, and I think it was because they were just trying with guys that probably weren't right for them, but they went through with it anyway, because I think especially in high school and in middle school, some of them were just dating to be nice to the guys. It was, I wouldn't want to say it was a pity date, but some of them dated the guys because they didn't know what they wanted.
I
And
wingmaned for... Well, not wingmaned. I did a kind of like... It wasn't a double date, because I was just there with a friend, but I did a...
you were there to be a third person so that
Well,
you could
it
have
was
the
like
other
a
two
third and
friends done.
fourth person,
Date, yeah.
so it wouldn't be awkward, and so, like, nothing would happen, but it was very clear that it was, like, we were kind of wingmanning as part of, like, a pity date. It was the most painful experience I've been on in a while. Just in terms of, like,
Right.
just awful. Like, pity dates very much...
And the thing is, I think that wouldn't happen if people were good friends first. I mean, then again, I know that. So I suppose I should go back to the reason why I was so frightened of the prospect of dating. Oh, it's the ice cream again. Was because, in addition to what I described about my friends before, some of them ended up in situations where the guys were wanting to just kiss and make out
Yeah.
all the time, and they went, no, this is not what I wanted out of a relationship. And so a lot of them had to break up because of that. And so for me, who I care more about shared hobbies and interests and, love of sci-fi and fantasy and things like that, I would much rather be able to talk endlessly.
I think... I don't
and then
know
we-
how
we
much I
do
want to
talk a
blame
lot.
pop culture for this sort of thing, but, like, growing up, you don't really even know what you do in a relationship to
It
some
doesn't
degree.
help that early on, girls and boys aren't encouraged to interact as friends for a while.
As much. That both socially and, like, parentally. Yeah, you don't get that, and it's weird.
Fortunately, I grew up with a lot of male friends because my family friends had a lot of sons. And because I grew up with Star Wars and, Jurassic Park and, all those 90s and, 80s action films and whatnot, I was just fine playing video games and lightsabers with the boys, so...
I didn't have as many female friends. I tried.
But once again, I think it's a matter of shared interests. And
Yeah.
that it's much easier to develop friendships when you have similar hobbies.
I was very aggressively nerdy, and I only had a couple of friends that way. I had the one friend. I think I told you about hers. I always felt kind of guilty for getting upset when she was, playing on my Pokemon save file.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, you could only have one save file.
Yeah.
On the old Game Boy games. And I mean, I think you still do, right? I don't know. In the Switch version, it's still one save.
Yeah.
I think it's just always one save.
I bought I'm out of money.
But yeah, so with Wander, we had to become good friends and talk a lot over, what was it, AIM still existed?
Yeah.
AIM still existed when we got to talking late into the night just about movies and video games and whatnot.
I think maybe that's part of the reason why I always get kind of weird about dating sims, is because like most of the romances are portrayed as kind of quick.
Right, that's what, yeah, we had talked about it before, how you don't really get a chance to know the characters like, on a personal level.
I really want to play a dating sim where your character only has one option, but the side characters are also meeting people and dating, and so it's like you're also wingmanning for them and helping them through their relationships and some other things. Because it's like, say for example...
Oddly enough, though, wasn't that Fire Emblem game that we played one where you were encouraging people to
It was a little weird because, like...
Yeah, there's this weird
they could romance anyone.
Business. Yeah.
And, like, you were partly doing it for stats, and that was weird. These chairs aren't worth the money or time. You're just trying to rip people off who can't afford a real massage. They're basically a different kind of dunj monster. Evil vibration monsters. Let's destroy them!
Let's destroy...
Yeah, destruction.
He winds up and kicks the side of the massage chair. Seven winces, stifling a shout. It seems he's hurt his foot. Oh. Would you like to offer a gift?
Yes.
Right, but what do we offer him?
Teddy bear.
Really? Wait.
Everything else is food.
Yeah, you're right. The thing is, does he...
Don't care, give him the bear. Holy shit, he loved it! Aw, the idea of you sewing this for me is almost too cute. Wait, I'm an idiot. There's a better way to destroy things. Aha! That'd be more fun, huh?
He hesitates, energy from his blade wavering.
Nuh-uh.
Nah, that'd be selfish of me. I can spend my energy in other ways, I guess. Whatever.
Aw, so you never get around to...
Shame.
Destroying the chairs.
Why not? If we're in a dungeon, who cares? I wish we actually ran into, like, a couple other dungeon crawlers. Let's see. Mall dungeon? Yeah, so in this universe, dungeons are kind of... If you've ever played Persona, they're much the same as, like, the mine dungeons, except for they're real. They are places of power that accumulate people's fears and insecurities. And take on a life of their own. Okay, 7 is actually way better than I gave him credit for. Now that I've gained a bunch of levels, he is just absolutely ruining things. He doesn't quite have the enduring bleed that Sunder does, but that chain lightning is strong. That changed weapon.
Really? I suppose you haven't used
I switch as soon as they're maxed out.
Ah, I see.
I don't really pay attention to my personal preference. Holy moly. Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Knight's armor. Huh. Alright. I do really wish that there were some monsters that would show up that are indicative of our partner's fears.
Oh, that would be really cool, actually.
So, like...
Because there are only so many enemy types right now.
Yeah.
But if they had a couple more that were affiliated with... What do you think each character's would be? Oh.
Worked up a sweat, I see. Perhaps an ice cream would cool you down. It's been so long since I've indulged. I think I'll have an apricot gelato. What flavor would you like? Sure. Oh, we have similar tastes. Or perhaps you're just flattering me. Ha! This reminds me of Rome, the sun on the piazza. The taste of apricot. You're never been to Italy. They have fantastic fencers in Rome, top notch. Perhaps we can go to a match together someday. For now, however, practice must resume.
Mm-hmm.
Shell really wanted to go to Italy when we were in Croatia.
Well, the thing is, we realized we wouldn't have enough time with the 1 week that our program allowed us to have off. So we ended up going to Budapest instead.
I like the Budapest trip. It works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a part of Europe I didn't anticipate I'd ever go to. Then again, I suppose Croatia was a place I didn't anticipate going to either. I would definitely like to have a trip to Greece and Italy, because I have ancestry there.
I also want to do, like, Vienna and... Because I feel like Austria could be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. I might have some Austrian in me as well, apparently. My last name is...
Though, I think what I'd want to do is kind of stick around maybe the Alps.
Ah, because you liked the Switzerland? You said that you went with your family there, right?
Yeah, I did. My dad had a business trip in Switzerland.
You see, it's so interesting. My family growing up, we went all around the United States, either by flying or on long car trips. I've been to, I would say, most of the U.S. states, maybe with the exception of 10. But, yeah, we never went overseas. The only country that we would ever go to aside from the United States was, you know, across the bridge.
It's expensive
to Toronto.
And it's time consuming. I hope the world doesn't go fully to shit so I can actually experience Europe again and Japan.
I always love hearing about my grandmother's stories of going with my grandfather after they got married over to France, and how she had gone on this boat, and it was the USS
Enterprise.
No, it wasn't the Enterprise. It would be cool if it was, but it was supposedly the fastest ship in the Navy at the time. And she had gone on with a bunch of other women that were being reunited with their husbands over in France. And supposedly there were just tumultuous storms that, I mean, it was still a swift trip, but they were delayed slightly by it. And everyone got seasick. And I remember when I was helping her organize things in her basement, I came across her journal from that trip, and she wrote 1 or 2 pages, and then there was nothing for the rest of the trip. And I went, "Whatever happened, Grandma?" And she's like, "Oh, everyone was seasick the rest of the way."
Keep reading about cruise ships with the pandemic and people just having, like, bad outbreaks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I will ever willingly take a cruise ship, at least as they currently are. I would love to see some, like, eco cruise ships pop in. You know, really slow boats that don't go very fast. Maybe using...
Like, I know that there are the
solar
Disney
sails?
cruise liners that my cousins go on all the time.
Yeah, but I have no interest in that. I mean, the thing is, like, they're destructive, they're high in pollution, vectors for disease.
You
Kind
also
of
hear about the
expensive.
nightmare incidences of people being shoved overboard.
Yeah. And I think I'd be much more comfortable just going to the country and spending a week there.
Isaac watches the water gently falling.
Sometimes I wonder if the monsters came because of the beauty here. Even amongst the crass commercialism, there's something lovely and ephemeral about a fountain. To me, this is true spirituality. Enjoying a moment of light and water. Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad. I've always wanted to share quiet moments with someone. Like you, I suppose.
You spend a moment together.
In quiet contemplation.
Eventually, you feel the moment pass and return to the dunj, rested.
They're like perfect breeding grounds for the disease. Yeah. So what you're saying is cruise ships are Florida.
For goodness sake.
I almost feel bad for that.
Don't jest about that.
I don't know.
Because
Not everybody in Florida is willingly partaking in what is currently being done there, but pipes. Every day after stream, I'm like, let's see how how things are going. Badly. Gotcha.
fires,
This sucks.
floods, drought. Yep.
We got one more. Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't found the other characters yet. Because I think we're going to liberate Jonah from the dungeon somewhere, but maybe I got to get deeper.
Oh. Wait, so is he saying he's going away for a while, but he's really in the dungeon?
I think he got kidnapped.
Oh.
I mean, he could have done it willingly.
Yeah, they kind of dropped the whole...
I just got cultist robes.
Oh.
That's on the nose.
A cultist? Yeah, they haven't really addressed the creepy kidnappers.
No. Maybe I need to progress further in the dungeon or with a relationship. I'm not sure. Because one thing I tend to do in these games is I tend to spread everything out so I can see everything. So, you know, I'm not just focusing on one weapon and then leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm focusing on every character that I have available. And, you know, if I'm not going to date them, I still use them and level them up. And so in comparison to some other players who really just pick their waifu right off the bat, or husbando, and are just like, you know, this is the character for me. You know, on my end, it's kind of just like I'm trying to get every recipe, boost every character relationship, try every power, just to see what I like. It takes longer, but I get to see more, and it means that like once the plot actually kicks in on this game, I'm going to be like mad strong. And
yeah, because where's the kidnappings? Like what instigated that? Who is behind it?
Huh. It says cruise ships are now able to track who gets close to who and quarantine people in the case of an outbreak. That's cool. Kind of creepy.
But still, why put yourself in that situation
But like, yeah,
with?
why?
Isaac eyes the massage chairs, considering.
Huh. These look acceptable. However, I took a course in massage therapy long ago. We give you a massage if you like. What would you prefer?
I'll be gentle. I don't
Sure,
know.
be gentle.
You think he might be blushing.
Excellent. I'll start with your fingertips and work my way to the lower back. Just relax.
You feel Isaac work the stress and tension out of your limbs, back and neck. Yeah, because I suppose you'd be the one wielding him, so do they even, aside from chips, can they really experience that much muscle tension if they don't have muscles anymore while they're in sword form?
Yeah, I don't know.
When he's finished, you feel a deep lethargy. Lethargy? But renewed flexibility, too.
There we are then. I hope that was acceptable. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Right.
You're most welcome. It was pleasurable to use an old skill. Now let's get back to the dungeon, shall we?
That was a little gross about the happy ending business.
Yeah. I'm not gonna use my sweet bud Isaac for
And
dirty, depraved
Isaac
things like that.
is the one that was saying, you know, that he was interested in slow, patient, understanding relationships.
Yeah.
I do not believe that he'd be
They're
that
trying
type.
to recruit him for crude stuff. He'd probably respond positively just because that's this game, but it still feels like a disservice to him as a character. I'm now reminded of his dialogue breaking in that first episode. He's like, a sword? How? Gosh, this turned cakewalk. Like, the last run was easy, but yeah, doing the full run of the dungeon gets me a silly amount of EXP. Because as far as I can tell, they give a fairly even scale of EXP. Or, I don't know. I don't actually know how, like, what level you're supposed to be by this point in this game. I can't tell if I'm, like... Oh.
Oh, defensive?
That's the parry. I can hold the button down. And it'll put me in a parry stance.
You're only at floor 8, though. How deep have you gotten into the dungeon?
13? I keep starting at the beginning because it gives me a lot of run-up. And lets me potentially level every single character. It's kind of slow. which is maybe a bit of a downside, but considering every enemy dies in a couple of seconds. The main reason why... let's see this one again. Okay, chocolate fudge. Sweet tooth, I'll remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
Same deal. Okay, but the other thing is materials. That the lower levels don't really seem to give more materials. So if I want to get like a silly amount of fabric, starting on you know, the easiest levels and going down, means I just end up with tons. The only real thing that you seemingly get more of, the deeper you go, is money. The problem is I play a lot sloppier because I know I'm effectively untouchable. Because everything here is just goofy easy. Hey, thank you, Court, for the 3-month resub. 3 months already. Thanks for your streams and videos, you glorious people. And thanks for all your support. How are you doing this fine and lovely evening, by the way? How are you all doing? We've been kind of laser focused. I've probably missed all sorts of subs and whatever things. No, I guess not. Hey, no. Yeah, whatever. I'll get him on the next one.
What happened?
I was supposed to switch characters, but I forgot. I just hit next level like a goon. Yeah, getting sleepy. I guess what time is it?
I cannot see from
Wow,
here.
that's easy now. Sun hat.
Sun hat.
Could be better, but alright, I guess. I always feel weird, I guess, asking about that. I get a negative response, I'm like, oh, shoot. But I'd be like, ow! It's the first time I think I've gotten hit by a record, and boy, that hurts.
Nah, I think you'd been hit by them before, but
Maybe.
very rarely.
Okay, same story.
Yeah, same story. Did he say my dear?
Yeah, he did. I mean, we haven't properly friend-zoned him yet. And I think he just says, I don't know. Look, that's kind of why I wish there was just like the ability to bro zone people.
I don't know. I think between all the characters that we've met so far, I like Isaac and Valeria the most.
I like Isaac more
But maybe
as
Isaac
like a
more.
friend. I think the problem is like there's not a whole lot of romance so much as just like two good buds.
But that's the thing. I'm not necessarily looking for romance either.
I know. But this character is, and I'm gonna feel bad if the protagonist makes it the entire
But
summer
the thing is,
without finding a beau.
Isaac just wants to have a deep and spiritual connection with the person that he ends up with.
Yeah.
Clearly. And also, I think the thing about Valeria is that she does have, what was his name? Jake?
Kind of, but he's not
around and-
interested in her.
No.
Well, she's not interested in him anymore. Like, that's baggage, but still.
But
I
what
want to
about
know more about Jonah. I know there's
Then
a
there's
lady.
Jessica.
Yeah, there's also a lady that is a glaive, but that we haven't even seen her yet.
And I would still like to get to know
Seven better.
Seven better, yeah. But I think with him, it would just be more of to be a good friend in a world where,
Everyone
everyone
sees him as an
expects-
object.
yeah. Because the fact that you hadn't heard of his band and everything meant that
Can
he
actually
was just
be
like
his
everyone
friend.
else to you.
Like
Yeah.
a proper friend. Because it's something I'm always going to struggle with. It's like, not that I'm not going to have proper friendships.
But it seems as though either they're primarily with other YouTubers and streamers, or
Yeah.
they're people that you knew from before. Like there was that one time that we met some locals that had seen your work in Contact, and that was fun. The Lights Festival was fun.
Yeah.
But then the pandemic hit, so, you know, no opportunity to reconnect, really.
Yeah. They'd invited us to a bar and at like slightly post lockdown, and it's just like,
Feels nice to stretch out after a long session of stabbing monsters. When I'm a dagger, I'm more focused, but more tense too.
Does it hurt?
Yeah. Nuh-uh. It's a good exercise. I just need to stretch afterwards. She nudges you playfully and sits on the fountain's edge.
Offer a gift? Yes. Camera.
Aw, that's thoughtful of you. Thanks so much. You sit together in companionable silence. Thanks. That was nice. My life could use a little more peace. But now, I'm ready to head back in.
I guess part of the reason why I'm like slightly drawn to Valeria is it's easy to project you onto her.
Why? I'm not a... I mean, yes, I'm an artist and I like museums and I occasionally have bad word puns, but I don't necessarily have...
A poly relationship with a pair of siblings?
Yeah, that is definitely no for me.
It's true.
I am a monogamous individual, and I mean, since we've been together 11 years, I suppose it's for life.
Yep. Marry me. Next Tuesday, let's get it done already.
What?
Cripes.
No. Hope we were going to get married last year. I had booked the venue and, you know, started planning with my family to have it back in my home city and everything. And then a month or two later, it's all, well, pandemic. And fortunately, they were understanding and gave us our deposit back and said, yeah, we are not expecting any weddings to actually occur this year.
Are there any long-range weapons in this game? There's... I don't remember what the cat is. I know there's a spear.
At this point, we might just have to get married in the courthouse and have a party later.
I'm totally cool with that this year. Like, I know it sucks, but at the same time, it's like...
The thing is, we won't even be able to have... I was hoping at least to have our immediate family there, but... with the way things might be going this fall,
I love my folks, but, like... I don't necessarily need them to be at that, but maybe it's just because I don't put a whole lot of stock in things.
Well, I think the thing is, because we'd be foregoing a big celebration anyway and saving that for a later, safer date, getting the legal forms and just a judge officiating doesn't really seem that momentous.
No, it's true.
And once again, being together almost 11 years, we've been cohabitating and together for so long. Does a marriage license really make a difference? Aside from taxes.
Taxes.
And
I just want the tax break. I'm marrying you
you
for money.
what? Well, I think it's also so that we can file jointly and... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Did we ever
We've done
do
this
this?
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
Do the monsters use the massage chairs when we're not?
But I think the other thing too is, you know, if either of us had to go into the hospital, I think sometimes they don't allow
Sometimes they
long-term
don't. I think
partners
it's
to come in.
probably... We'd have an easier time of it in Oregon. Whoa. Cripes.
Oh, no.
I got stuck.
Now you're from the venture to the adventurer. To the warrior. To the worthy. Swashbuckler? You know, I don't know if we ever found the mural. Okay, the muffin stench is gone. Mostly. Want to come see my work some evening?
Sounds good.
Can't wait.
We're just friends, so is that too much? Eh. I don't want to lead the guy on, but I also don't want to say, like, you don't have to.
Oh, what about awful stuff?
My agent gave me comp tickets to a concert. It'll probably be awful. Some newbie locals doesn't even have light sticks. Not that you need one since I'll be there. Whatever, you want to go with me?
Not that you need a
Sure.
light stick since I'll be there. Do you get it?
Just pull him out and start waving around.
He's a lightsaber. Sure. At La Rosa, meet you there. Oh, that's nice.
It's like, it's at La Rosa. Meet you there.
Mm-hmm.
The company I invested in is hosting a thank you party. It's a bit embarrassing, but the party is hosted by Slicer, the dating app for weapons. Ooh, will there be monsters? No. We weapons can do more than fight monsters, you know. Would you do me the honor of being my date? Alright. Do we want to actually pursue Isaac?
So the thing is, I hate it how everyone's like, going as my date means going into a relationship. Because you can be someone's +1 without necessarily being romantically entangled.
What if you friend zone everyone?
You end up with the cat.
I think
As the crazy cat man. Or lady.
Oh, interesting. Because I crafted these gifts, I can never make any more.
Yeah, I suppose you only make one. So, what are you gonna say to Isaac?
Uh.
Are you gonna go in a suit?
I'm just gonna keep going with this. Let's see. Could it be actually possible to friend zone them completely? I just hope it won't stop the progress with them that way.
Well,
So,
okay, so it looks like with Sunder, though, there's been multiple opportunities for you to
kind of go
kind of
back on the
rekindle?
route.
Yeah.
But also, there's definitely bonus dialogue for being platonic with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's very much an option there.
I just, with a word like date, does he mean...
I think, I mean, maybe part of this is, once again, it's hard to separate myself from the main character, but it's like,
Mm-hmm.
he seems like really good bro territory, maybe less romantic.
I still think he's my favorite character of all the characters.
I like him as a character,
But it's one of those things where, yeah.
but I'm not sure if I date him.
Mm-hmm. But I don't even know if I want our character to date Valeria either.
True.
I don't know.
I mean, we could just
You could
stop
just
engaging with
keep
with Valeria
friends
for
at-
like a while until we recruit some other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing is, Sunder, oddly enough, is safe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we know we're not going to romance Sunder, we can max out his hearts as like super weird bros, and use him as combat sword so we can.
Are you preparing to end? Is that why
No,
you're
no,
standing
no! I'm
up?
cooling down right in front of the fan.
Oh, you're cooling down in front of the fan. Well,
This
can you
whole chair setup is quite toasty.
at least bring up the phone?
Yeah. Just
You
let
can
me-
say as a
let me cool
friend
down.
if you want.
I don't know. I mean, otherwise we could just leave it holding for a while. Because, like, on a gameplay level, to be honest, I don't like playing, like, wielding Isaac or Valeria at all.
Mm-hmm.
That, Sunder and Seven are
Well-
way stronger.
Well, you can say as a friend, like, just, you have to give him an answer about going to this party.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to, though. you have infinite time for everything.
Oh, because
So,
I suppose there's no time.
Yeah, there's no time. Our phone has been at 80% battery this entire game. The moment we entered this town, everything just got locked. So, I don't know. It's up to you.
Well, I mean, the thing is, when someone says to be my date to a fancy event, I don't necessarily see it as a...
It really is.
Really is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just know there's other characters, because we saw Jonah.
Okay, you can say as a friend for now.
We could just wait.
Or you can just... Okay.
We just don't. Like, we just don't engage with either Valeria or Isaac, you know, just leave them on the back burner because time is imaginary around here. Oh, Jonah's a DLC character.
Oh. He's coming back in the fall, though. Remember?
Yeah. Wait. Are the DLCs out or they're not? I was wondering about that because I knew Jonah was in the game and there was an axe. But so are there any characters that we haven't seen yet?
Under something, where's your...
I just all tabbed out of it. And yeah, the cat is like a orange cat.
Really? It's not the white cat?
No.
With the eyes?
I haven't found the cat yet. Okay. Yeah, so here are the characters that are actually currently in the game. Isaac, Valeria, Sonder, Seven, and then a glaive, a scythe, and brass knuckles, which is the cat. Though the cat has the same expression as that other cat we saw, but it's definitely an orange cat.
Orange cat. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, and the devs have also added modding tools. So if we want to make our own characters,
Huh.
we totally could.
Interesting.
That is amusing.
Well, can we at least see what Seven's up to?
One second. I just want to see what this person is saying. Let's see. There's another character you meet in the overworld. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I guess my preference is to some degree right now focusing on Seven and Sunder, because I don't think either of us are particularly interested in trying to romance Seven. Apart from being buds with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunder we've already put in the zone. So let's hang out with Seven for the time being.
Hey.
And just go on adventures. Hey, ready to laugh at some small-town garbage together? Hey, everyone starts somewhere. Oh, wow, you're that naive, huh? It's cute. Wow, that's rude.
Mm.
In today's music world, most superstars are manufactured. The discovered indie is a myth. Not always. Sorry to burst your bubble. It'd be nice if it weren't true.
Oh, no, security bouncer.
You both here from Marsky and McQueen?
Seven.
Seven of what? I only see two of you. No, my name, it's Seven on the list with the blade generation.
Ah.
Oh, yes, sir.
The bouncer waves you inside. You bump into someone at the entryway and lose sight of Seven. No!
Imagine meeting you here, out on yet another date. Come on, dude, this doesn't impress me. I liked being your first date. I liked your inexperience and purity.
Ugh.
Nobody likes well-used weapons or people. You should be more discerning.
Ew.
Leave me alone. Ha! You always play hard to get, classic dude. Hey, I know this creep. You don't take no for an answer, do you?
You turn him down too?
You turned him down too? I get approached by lots of fans, so I wouldn't normally remember. Except this guy took it so personally he basically threw a fit. Pathetic. I'm sorry if I'm a romantic who believes in courtship. It's not courtship if dude isn't interested. Back off. Ugh. I think you're so great. I was friends with dude before you, so enjoy sloppy seconds. I said back off. Or else. You do violence, little sword man, against a Knight Templar?
Wait a minute. Is he part of that Knight Templar cult?
Looks like it.
Wait, do they just want to keep people as swords?
Weapons, potentially?
Yeah.
I might. This is your final warning.
The crowd parts around you, holding their breath to see what happens next.
I'm gonna need you both to step outside.
Eric flees, pushing concert goers out of his ways in his rush.
No problem here, sir. Do that again and I'm blacklisting you. I don't care how famous you are.
Seven takes a deep breath and exhales slowly.
Thanks.
Thanks. Yeah. Seven shrugs and doesn't respond, looking away. The crowd cheers as two figures take the stage. It's Marsky and McQueen. They don't introduce themselves. They just start in, head down to the music. You and Seven bob to the rhythm. The crowd around you starts to dance. The duo plays a long set, deep into the night. Afterwards, as the crowd filters out, Seven squeezes your hand.
That was actually cool. I forgot that I used to like going to concerts.
Aww.
Straight to it. Cripes, he gets stronger. It's so refreshing to see people who care about the music and not their ego. Thanks for coming. It felt good to yell at that creep too. I've been the baby of the group for so long, it felt good to be scary. So sick of using Aigyo. You don't even know. Though I was kind of... What is Aigyo? Aegyo.
This is another new song.
Aigyo. Oh, cute display of affection. Being cutesy. It's the kind of cat paws next to the... cat paw hands?
Oh, Aigyo?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose they... It's interesting, yeah, how with guy bands, they're supposed to be tough, but... Yeah,
well, in America.
Yeah, right. But
in
the
Korea,
Korean
they have to be
boy
cutesy.
bands, yeah, they're...
And somewhat, slightly more feminine? At least compared to, American boy bands.
They're kind of the...
They do the bad boy thing, but it's, kind of a pure bad boy.
Mm-hmm. And also, they do have the jewelry and the dyed hair and...
Mm-hmm. And I think slightly more focus on being, sculpted people.
Mm-hmm.
But that might just be a Korean thing. Let's see.
I don't know.
That was kind of venting, too. It's not all Eric's fault. I got some bad news tonight. Want to talk about it? Yeah, I guess I do. Thanks for asking. Sung Woo, the frontman of Blade Generation, he's changing his name. His name's gonna be Lucky. Can you believe that? It's so stupid. It's an English word, even though that's my thing. It was the only thing that made me special to the group. Now I'm nothing. It's like I don't even matter to him, to our agent, to anyone. Have you talked to him?
Nuh-uh.
No, I can't just call him. I can't. It's not how we do things. I wish I could just... I don't know, I trusted Sungwoo, so his betrayal hurts. But it's more than that. I feel like my whole career is a joke to them, destroyed at a moment's notice. I spent all this time faking it till I made it. And I was just a nobody after all.
His eyes glitter, wet with unshed tears. Aww. Aww.
I mean, do we hug him?
I mean, he squeezed your hand earlier.
Yeah.
Because I don't...
Are we just gonna go, hard on Korean sad boy route?
Well, no, it's just that I feel really bad that he's been...
Trying so hard.
Well, yeah, he has been trying, but then also it seems he was just talking about how he missed it when it was about the music and less about their ego. So I suppose for some of these folks, when they get to be, superstars, it's all about the brand and their outward appearance and stuff, and less about the craft.
It's valid to some degree.
Oh, I know, because in this day and age, careers can be toppled in an instant.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say I mirror a lot of these things, because I don't.
It just makes you afraid to say anything
Kind
at
of.
times.
I think I was afraid to say anything for a while, up until some other creators that I really look up to
stood up to
also,
for what they
and I
believed in.
realize that that's kind of a mark of cowardice on my part, but it's just kind of like, I realize, like, if I screw up too much, I lose my job.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I know there's creators that effectively have made a living off of leeching off of their smaller audience. You know, that they can get half the numbers that I do, but, like, 5 times the amount of subs and bunches of donations and a bunch of other things, and it's like, that sucks.
What does that have to do with anything, though?
I'm just thinking in terms of, like, fear of losing everything, like, what I could do. I realize it's a tangent. I'm cooking. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But that, yeah, you really do have to kind of build this house of cards to support a platform. At the same time, it's the question of how much do you want to give up to maintain that house of cards? You know, what heavy things do you leave by the wayside on the way up there to create this system? And so, for me, like, one of the things for quite a while was, like, not talking about things that mattered as much. But realizing, especially over the last year, 5-6 years, that it's like, no, actually just being quiet about this stuff, you know, maybe it helps the brand better. You know, maybe a number of my, like, long-term fans that supported me for quite a number of years, you know, maybe some of those would still be around. And I wouldn't realize or know that they're terrible people.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'm sure it's hurt my numbers being much more open about, like, my beliefs, but at the same time it's kind of like, but I don't feel fake anymore.
Right, it's a performance and act.
And so, like, it puts me in a position where it's like, I don't feel fake anymore, but I do feel more frustrated because there's a lot of people, you know, gosh, what was it? The other day we had somebody commenting on, like, it was weird. It was, like, anti-corporate, but also very anti-trans. And somewhat anti-LGBTQ in general.
And we just banned them.
Yeah, we just banned them, but it's like, we've definitely attracted more of those people as a result of being much more open about what we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of one of those where it's like, I don't know. Being fake is hard. Being real is hard. You have to make a balance, and this guy is kind of... Oops. Okay, there we go.
Because...
Hug him.
He leans into your arms, swallowing the tears. Eventually, he pulls back.
Oh, I had some extra apples, so I thought you might want some.
Aw. He presses a small bag of peeled, chopped apples into your hands.
Cripes.
Later.
I have to go. It'd be good to dunge later, to take the edge off. Thanks for tonight.
Would you like to offer a gift? What, can you show me what we even have?
The problem is, like, it's food. I don't want to give him food. I don't think he wants the lipstick.
Really? The mackerel wouldn't be good? It's
No.
not a sweet.
I think no matter what, giving him food is probably not
What are
so
the
kosher.
cufflinks? He doesn't even wear a
He likes
shirt.
fish. Okay.
He likes fish?
Gosh, he likes fish. Smells like my mother's cooking in summer. I can't wait. Thank you. That's actually
Yay.
helpful. Thank you so much.
I mean,
He
it
just was
wasn't...
complaining about calories, so...
I know. I suppose fried fish could be caloric, but less so than the pizza, the cupcake, you know?
Mm-hmm. God, that Eric guy. You actually dated him? I don't care if you date other people, but that guy? Bleh. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. I mean, it was my first date
It was
ever.
my first date ever. Or yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's go with first date ever. Wow, that's so much worse. You poor thing. I'm lucky you didn't give up on dating forever. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed your apples. We absorbed them.
Apples. We haven't had apples in a while.
No. Because we bought them and then just kind of didn't.
The problem is
do
we forget
anything
about
with
some
them.
of our fruits and vegetables if we
kind
leave
of
them in the
easy
crisper
to-
bin too long.